talking about kings and black men. It's International Youth Day, my people, and with me today we're looking at the state of youth, and I am very, very passionate about our young men, our young Jamaican men, our young black men, yeah, and the power that they possess to become the great kings that they were destined to be. But we have to know the story so we can support them on their journey. The story of many young men that I stop and speak to at the stoplight. Some of them, some run them, especially when they're jumping on the car and bothering me. Did I run you, Mr. Moody? Did I see you on the street? Ladies and gentlemen, joining me right now, give it up for Omar Moody and Colin Brown. So it's International Youth Day, and Omar, you are 22?
Yeah, that's correct.
And Colin, you're?
28.
Welcome to the show. So according to the International Youth Standard, a youth is anybody under the age of 30. Yeah? Around that, something like that. 15 to 30. You're a youth still. A young man, right? Yeah. So let's hear your story. First, Omar, I know you have seen you before. Colin, I'll see you before too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where. Or maybe you just have familiar faces. Let's start with the youngest one. Omar, tell me about you, about growing up. You were a windscreen wiper. On the streets, doing your thing, having your hustle. Then you joined the Hope program, and you are now placed into a job. We want to hear a little of your story, your journey.
Well, I started wiping windscreen at a tender age. Yeah, my mom didn't have it like that. So I used to wipe while I leave school. I used to leave from school in the 5 o'clock, and then I wipe about 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and then I went home to do my schoolwork. I was very good in my schoolwork, but also I was very distracted also. Yeah.
How old were you when you hit the streets?
I hit the street from age 14 to 13. From age 13 to 14.
Okay. So you were on the streets for how long? A year?
I was on the street about 4 years to 5 years.
4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it like out there? And tell me about some of the other young men who were there with you. What's their story? Where are the daddies? Why is it that mommy doesn't have it? How do we change this? Yeah? For the future. Break this cycle.
Well, they use them first thing, they use them have to analyze them struggle and know what them want. Use them have to put the things them don't need one side and focus on what they really need and go for it. Because trust me, none of we not born with gold spoon. You understand? Yeah, none of we out there don't born with going to school because it obviously that we're on the street hustling. So the youth them have to just know what they want and just go and fight.
It's hard to tell a youth to know what they want. I mean, you're 13. Where was your dad? Your mom didn't have it. Looked like you had to go and fend for yourself. How does a youth not do that if they can't get it anywhere else?
Well, as they say, 7 brothers, 7 different mind. You understand? And everybody have a different struggle. Well, at my struggle was my mommy couldn't afford it while I was going to school. She used to give me like a bus fare or so forth, but that couldn't maintain me during school time. My money probably done before every 12 o'clock. So money wasn't what I was going to school for. I need a good education.
But you needed to eat.
Eat and so forth.
So how much money would you make on the streets?
So I used to make about $1,300 at the time. Why before I officially become a windscreen wiper, I used to do it part-time at school.
Oh.
Yeah, so I used to make a little $1,300. I used to
$1,300 a what, day? Or a week?
During the hours while I used to leave from school to wipe. So when I leave school in the 5 o'clock, I went out there to wipe in the night. So I make about $1,300.
A day?
No, man, in the little period.
That's what I mean. So in one day, when you left school, when you left to go part-time, say 5 o'clock, you wiped till when?
I wipe about till 9 o'clock.
You wiped windows for 3 to 4 hours,
yeah.
And you would make?
A $1,300, sometimes a $2,000, sometimes $3,000, based on the luck. Because you can meet some different people out there, people who gravitate to us, love our energy, our vibes, and they give us their contribution.
That's not bad though. Times 5. When you forgo there. I wonder how much I would make out there. Talk the truth.
Well, you're phenomenal, so probably they will deal with you different.
I got a new career. Don't play with me, The only problem I have with it is seeing young children on the streets. I mean, I think if you're older and we turned it into a business, it works. So sometimes your window foggy and you need it fixed, but sometimes it's the approach that can be very offensive. Sometimes it's, you're in your car and everybody are looking at your car. It needs to be organized. And I think the disorganization is the issue that I have. Listen, gentlemen, I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back in because today I want to find a solution.
It's State of the Mind, State of the Nation, recipes and DIY hacks.
He said, talk up youth, myself, eh? Talk up youth. So I had to bring in some young people, right, who are on their journey to success, yeah, for success, all right. And I know they're going to pass the baton. That's my message. Pass the baton, help somebody along the way. We heard from Omar Moody earlier about his story. He's been in the streets since he was 13, right? And now you've graduated to the Hope program, Omar.
That's correct.
Yeah, tell me how that happened. Who found you? Who picked you up? Because I heard you dropped out of school.
Well, I dropped out of school, but I didn't give up with myself. I dropped out of school and I started wiping at Devon House area out there, making much more money than how we used to do it part-time.
How much money you would make a week wiping
So for a week I make about $6,000, $7,000. Sometimes I go hard because when it touch holiday time I go hard. So sometimes I make about all 15 grand. I save up, I get my saving pan, put my silver them one side, and I put my money to use.
15,000 a week. Wiping windscreens. Wow.
Because you have to save, you know. So if you don't save, you're not going to see your money.
Hear the lesson. You hear the lesson. Save. So then, why did you stop? Have you stopped?
Well, I found Hope. There's this lady out there named Denise. She introduced me to the whole program. She told me, she gave me her flyers and tell me to went to NYS National Youth Service. Let I get that correct. NYS National Youth Service. So I went down there the same day she gave me the flyers. Same day I didn't hesitate because I want a change. I need a change. So I went down there. I saw some guys was signing up. I asked them what. Them said there was a new program launching. It's named the Hope program. So I get one of the form and I sign it up same time. The form did say it need 2 passport size picture. At the time I leave the form, I run go to my house, take a bus because I have some silver on me and change. So I went home, get the passport size picture, and I came back to NYS and I stapled it on it and send it in. They called me for an interview. Yeah. And
when you went to the interview, what program did you sign up for?
Well, I signed up for hospitality and so forth. But I didn't know that I was going to end up at the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
Which is where you're working now?
Yeah, because, well, the ministry is, they split the ministry because my unit that I work in fall under the housing ministry, which is Ministry of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change, the new ministry that they implement.
So what do you do there?
Well, I do some records works up there. I'm a record officer.
Okay. So you moved from the windscreen to the so you got some training?
Yeah, I got some training.
In hospitality, you said?
Well, I didn't get training in that area. Yeah. That was what I put on the form.
But they gave it to you in another area, another discipline.
Yeah.
Which was what?
They teach me, before I went up the ministry, they teach us how to conduct ourselves. As a young man, they teach us how to socialize with people. That's what the whole program teaches, and they give you some other activities, how to apply yourself in office, and how to do some local filing, and they have some one-day activity with us and some fun.
So the Housing Opportunity Production Employment Program trained you, gave you some skills, and now you're working in the
ministry.
In the ministry.
And Mr. Otis Roberts.
You're working in government.
Mr. Otis Roberts was the one who see the value in me, and enlightening it in me.
And that's a main solution.
This is Colin coming in now. Colin.
That's a solution that is needed with most youth. They are lack the vision, the inspirational. That's what they are need, because most think that it's best staying out on the street by making a 15 or a 10,000 a day or for a week, not seeing the long-term income by acquiring a right job.
True.
Yeah. Vision and inspiration. I'm writing it down because that's sometimes all a young person needs, eh?
Yeah.
Colin, tell me your backstory now. How long have you been out there in the streets? What was your life like growing up?
All right, for the streets, it was fun. But at the time, I wasn't being inspired.
When did you hit the streets?
About the age of 19. I decided that I have to make my own bread. Can't depend on mommy no more. So I go out, wipe, meet new persons. They offer me job as is. But I fail to see that it's best than just staying at a low level in the street, because I was just looking at the same time income in turn.
Instant gratification, what was just in front of you, that's all you could see. You couldn't see beyond.
Yeah, but with Hope now, Hope give me a clearer vision by building my intellect in a way to see that life on a journey is more than the street. It's more to do with ourselves.
How did you get into Hope? Who found you? Who led your hand?
Sir
Held your hand?
Mr. Rickman.
Colonel Rickman.
Colonel Rickman. He's a great person.
Yes. I do know him. I want to big up Colonel Rickman right now. So yeah, so he got you in the program.
Yeah.
And what were some of the skills you learned?
Basically, I start class 2019, but I was at the theory level, literature, writing, and doing maths. But 2020, the COVID came in and end the session. So that was a L back, but it didn't stop there. They reached out onto me, putting me at Distinction College, and at that time I went for like few days, and some tragedy came up. My father got in some accident, and it shook my mental meds, and I have to pull myself back. And at this point again, they're constantly reaching out to me saying I should go forward for a skill, because that's what best doing something than sitting at home not doing any.
That's true. I'm sorry to hear about your father. Is he okay?
No, he passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Was he sick or was it violently?
No, a JUTC bus ran over him.
Oh, God. That's rough.
It's rough.
Condolences. Were you close to your dad?
Yeah, I was living with him at the time.
Oh, my God.
We lived together.
I'm so sorry. I do
But-
know loss, and it's hard. But you're going through. You're overcoming.
Overcoming.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
but this program Hope is best, I think, for most youth. If Hope can reach out to all those who are on the street right now, give them a vision, clear vision, because most youth just seeing that the same day income is best. But if they could get a vision of a long term, I think it can solve the solution.
Long-term
By
financial vision.
Yeah, by even on the job training, because most saying that they want the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the other young men out there? You've met many. What frightens you the most about the mindset of some of the other young men that we see on the streets?
Well, what frightened me the most is I'm scared that most of them might turn out in some ways that we don't want to see them.
What
turn
do
out.
you mean?
Like a menace to society. Some people look at them as a plague to society, which is not. They should not look at them that way, because the youth them are trapped. You have to just give them a helping hand. You have to just be that extra hand for them, pull them up. Understand? And I give thanks for that lady that introduced me to the whole program that day. Anyway, they right now, big up yourself. Anyway, they.
And because their literacy is low, the intellect, so and the environment, that's what overall and most.
How do we rise above? I think you gave some answers, which is to stop, wind down your window and say, brother, here, point them in a direction. Give them a card, give them a flyer, because some of them will take it up. But there's also an attitude with some of them where you don't even want to turn down your window because of the aggressive and disrespectful way, and I've experienced it, that many will approach. How are we to respond as citizens?
Well,
What do you recommend?
what I recommend to you guys is sometimes a word of advice lasts longer than even the money that you gave to them.
Yeah, word of
So
encouragement.
sometimes I wouldn't say you guys are broken and bad when you give them $1, but sometimes while I give them $1, you give them a word of advice also with that dollar. Something that can last longer than even the dollar. So him go home and him spend the money. That word that I give him live up in his cranium, in his mind.
And as I said before, inspiration. That's
Yeah.
what most need.
Yes, Colin.
Motivation.
There are many young people listening now, as well as parents. I'm sure on your journey, you've learned so much. I would like you to now say something to the young men. Speak to them directly. Speak to the mother or the father directly. And tell them what you think they should do today on International Youth Day 2021 to make life better for our young people.
Alright. You only can fail when you allow yourself to be doubtful.
True.
In order to move forward, you have to be confident. Sit and meditate and know what exactly you want with your life. Not the choice of others, but yours, to make the right decision to better yourself. And always be progressive, moving forward in confidence.
What's your dream, Colin Brown 28? I want to visualize this with you right now. As a young man, what does the future look like for you? What do you want? What do you dream?
My dream is always to be a leader. To make wherever I am at, my society environment, a better place. Someone to be looked up on. Not to be more than anybody, equal rights.
All right, I love that. And let's go to you now, Omar 22, Mr. Moody. What advice would you like to give anybody listening right now to make lives better for our young people?
I would say I would like most of the parents to sit with their youth because I never have a daddy to sit and talk to me. I always love to have that. My mommy normally play the two role. But my advice to you guys is that when your mommy talk to you guys, listen, take them advice. It's very good. You can know what your parents saying to you good from bad. So parents sit with their children, talk with them, teach them the right way, teach them how to communicate, teach them to be respectful to everyone, every elders, every single citizen in Jamaica. Because respect carry very far. As them say, manners bring you through the world. Most people don't see it, but sometimes you have to free up yourself. You can't make your ego big all the time. Be respectful.
And your dream, what do you want?
Well, my dream is to become a businessman, a man that owns business. Someone can inspire others. Someone can make my pocket bless other people financially. Yeah. I want to either have a charity place that I can contribute for the elders. There's a lot of dreams under my belt, so just watch me as my girl.
Yeah, I love it. Gentlemen, I can't wait to catch up with you in a few years and see where you're going. Continue to inspire and pass the baton. And I just wanted to celebrate the two of you on International Youth Day for doing something for yourself and for taking the initiative to turn up and show up.
Yeah, and also in order, we all should know as a nation that for our economy, our country to be a better place, we should not see those who are lower class without a job or even on the street that they are a piece of trash or nothing because we are one.
Out of many one people. And the same stone that they build or refuse become the head cornerstone.
So instead of discriminate, motivate, inspire.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to bring tears to my eyes. Listen, I want to thank Colonel Rickman and the entire Hope program for the work they're doing. I think you've left some very important thoughts on the show, in our minds today, something for us to reflect upon, how we treat those out there. And as I've always said, you never know another woman's story, you never know another man's story. But if each one helps one, each one teaches one, we'd have a much better nation.
And I also want to give a thanks out to Miss Christie. Yeah,
Miss Christie Robert, big up.
Where's Miss Christie?
Robert, big up.
Where are they?
Mr. Otis Robert is at the Ministry of Housing, Urban Renewal and Environment and Climate Change. He's the one who see the value in me. Tell me, say, look, Moody, you have whole heap of refugees, you can do this. You can trim down, you can be smooth, you can be inspired. You can inspire
whole heap of refugees. I love it.
That's coming out of the street in an hour. It's like a crocodile.
The street rough.
It's rough in the streets, yeah.
And I decide the moment recently me stop wipe. When me say my father meet an accident in the street. So I said, me don't want the same thing reach me by a car or a bus. So me withdrew from it. Because I'm not in a stable job now, even though I got offer. But as I said, it's the mindset, our choice to make, that determines the future.
Well, gentlemen, you know you're in the family now, and the Talk Up Youth family. We're going to drop you over into another group. We'll have a nice network of young people. So, welcome to my family, and I really am inspired. I wish you all the best. And to all the mans them in the street, when you see me, see me, I turn down my window and talk to you. You know that already. And I'm going to discipline you if I feel you're not doing it the right way. Because I got a little bit more wisdom on you, okay? Just a little bit in some things. All right, so I'll see you in the streets. Hold your head high. We're loving them.